What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video about Dynasty Warriors Origins, talking about the most underrated characters in my opinion from Dynasty Warriors Origins. I have 10 characters for you guys today, no honorable mentions. We're getting straight into the video. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, definitely would appreciate you guys dropping a like or a sub before we jump in. Let me know who you guys think are the most underrated characters in Origins. Do you agree with my list? With that being said, let's go ahead and count them down.
Your bravery is an inspiration.
I owe you one. With you here, this should be a walk in the park.
Proper strategy can overcome any obstacle.
Alright, starting off our list off at number 10. Now, he is a companion, and it is hard to say if he's truly underrated, but I would say in the sense not only that his weapon is the weakest out of all of the weapons. I know I made my weapon list a long time ago, but if I had to make a new one now, it would definitely be a lot different. And when and if DLC comes out with new weapons, we'll make a new list with the staff currently being at the bottom, unless they make a DLC weapon that's even worse, which would be crazy. Zhou coming in at number 10 for me, and the reason that he's just underrated is because I think the character provides a lot of value within the story. He has a lot of cool moments. I just like his presence in the game, and I feel like because of the bad moveset that he has in the game, that he kind of flies under the radar, I would say. I don't think people are missing him. He could potentially be quoted to be in this bland section, but I think that would be not giving him enough credit, because I think his moments in the game were done really, really well. And I don't know, I just like the storyline that he had with one guy and the betrayal, the Sun Tzu moments, the cutscene, him running in and snapping the arrow in half. You know, Zhou just had some really good moments in Dynasty Warriors Origins, and I enjoyed watching him on the screen. It was nice to see his presence, and that's why he's here at number 10 for me.
Thanks for coming.
But I'm more than strong enough to take on this lot. It is truly a good thing to have you fighting alongside us.
My will bends to no one.
Alright, coming in at number 9, we have another companion here, Guan Yu and the Crescent Blade, stepping up as one of the most underrated characters in the game. I'm going to talk about more from a standpoint of the character himself, not the weapon style, because I think the weapon style is respected by most. I'm pretty sure it's in most people's top 3s of how good the weapon is, and I would probably agree again if I remade that video. Guan Yu coming in at number 9, I think, again, similarly to Zhou, the presence that he has, that he exudes, and his cutscenes and everything was just done really, really well. I don't know, I like the presence that within him, and when he speaks, the voice acting I think did him pretty well as well. Also being a character that was introduced in the trailer, and he was one of the first people that we got to see, was also really fun to see. But I think maybe because of that kind of would wear down the character's likability, I guess, and we would focus on the other characters who are more cooler. I don't know if that makes any sense, but for me, Guan Yu, I think in the game he just has some cool moments. Not even just the cutscenes, but like trying to set up the ambush at Bo Wang Po. Things like that you know, the Sun Tzu battle, I forgot what it was called. I think it's the Invasion of Jing. He's going against Yuan Shu and Wu forces. He had a moment there. Of course, the defense at Shapi as well. Guan Yu just has some really cool moments in this game, and I just really liked a lot that they did. And I feel like he's just a little bit, this is a hard list to make, a little bit underrated, bringing him here at number 9.
I thank you for coming to my aid. I am in your debt.
He has of late come to be called the most powerful leader in the land.
Very well. I, Yuan Shao, shall face you.
Coming at number 8, we had Mr. Yuan Shao. I think the underrated for him comes from the fact that I think they did him better. I think he has been improved since the last game. He looks the same as he did, like his look in Dynasty Warriors 9 was improved upon in this game, and he still looks pretty respectable. He's got that general kind of head of the noble family, like he looks like a commander, he looks like a leader, and on top of that, he now sounds like one.
Lords from every corner of the land are answering the call from Grand General Hujin to gather here.
It is a little exaggerated at times, for sure. He's got like the noble ring to him, and the like during the Hulao Gate coalition cutscene thing.
Lord Wang Huang, welcome. No sight could have lifted my heart more.
For sure, it's a little exaggerated, but during most of his other interactions, especially his stare down with Sun Jian, bro got that aura, you know, he's stepping up to the tiger like no big deal. Of course, if they actually fought, Yuan Shao would be sliced in half, but, you know, it's just cool to see that. Yuan Shao's not some pushover and some gimmicky character that he used to be in the older games, and I like seeing that, and that's why he's here at number 8 for me. I also really liked his Bond scene. His final Bond scene was also really fun to watch.
Such impressive feats. You are truly a warrior with no equal. Your abilities are truly amazing. You are an inspiration to us all.
Come, I, Shi Huan, shall take you on!
Now coming in at number 7, we have Mr. Shu Huang. I think this character has always been an underrated character. I think he's a character that flies under the radar unless you specifically like a character like Shu Huang, like I do. Right? Him, the Taisha Tsus, the Zheng Liaos, the integrity, the honor, the warriors, the trainers. Those are the people that I really like to view. And I think Shu Huang flies under the radar because he's not that kind of character. He doesn't stick out. He's not a flashy character. He's not a Zhao Yun. He is the guy that does his job and goes home and comes back and trains. I mean, that's what he does. He eats, sleeps, train. Or eat, sleep, fight, train, whatever it is, right? That is Shu Huang in a nutshell. And I think in the game, he had some great moments with Zheng Liao and Guan Yu, the trio, having their little moments. His Bond scenes weren't too significant or anything like that. I like his involvement with the Emperor and the rescue of the Emperor and everything. That was really cool to see. Did that actually happen for real? I think it did, right? I think he was part of that, and when Cao Cao rescued him, that's when he grabbed him, or was it after? I had to look into it again. I totally forgot. But anyway, Shu Huang within Origins by himself, I think he did really good. Of course, he had the smackdown with Guan Yu at Shapi, getting his little moment there. And for me, I just think they did him really well in this game, and hopefully he gets more moments in the next game.
I knew you would come. I am in your debt.
I foresaw greatness in you from the very beginning.
Come now, surrender your life to me.
Coming in at number 6, another companion is Mr. Guo Jia. Guo Jia has some of the best moments in the game. The voice acting can throw you out of it for sure, but he has some of the best moments in the game. I've already talked about it in previous videos of Dynasty Warriors Origins. I love his attitude on life and just like the cutscene where he's talking, or the dialogue scene where he's talking with Cao Cao, and he's just explaining to him that life is short and we don't have a lot of time here. We might as well enjoy the things that we have by being the best we can and enjoying those little things, the wine, the women, the treats and stuff like that.
Human life is short. So lose yourself to pleasure. Share wine with friends. Fall in love with beautiful things. Such is the life led by Guo Jia.
In that case, my friend, allow me to join you for a while.
A very beautiful moment. And he also has a really good death scene as well. Not in the sense that it was shown well, but it was just, it was the ambiance. The ice, the snow, just everything that encompassed the end of his life really well. And Guo Jia for me in Origins was super underrated. I loved his moments, and I love that what you could take away from him in the game is that, you know what, you might miss a workout, you might eat an extra piece of cookie, you might get an extra slice of pizza, but you know what, you only live once. Enjoy yourself, be nice to yourself, and that's okay. That's what I take away from Guo Jia, and that's why he's here on my list.
This man used to serve Dong Zhuo, but he helped me in secret during my escape.
Not bad. Keep it up.
Are you willing to face me in battle?
Next up, coming in at number 5, we have Chen Gong. I talked about him in my top 10, and I think he deserves to be on this list as well. He is one of the most underrated characters in this game. I love his perspective and philosophy as a person, as a character in this game. He wants to be the best, not by somebody else's mean, but by his own merit.
My purpose in life is to use my abilities to their full potential on the battlefield. Cao Cao is a great man. It cannot be denied. Under his leadership, unification of the land is a likely reality. I dream of carving my name into history myself through my own abilities.
You can only respect somebody like that. There's just nothing I can say that's bad about that perspective. Instead of taking the quote-unquote easy route and going the way of winning, he decides that he wants to go with the strongest warrior in the land and mold him into a way that will change history. And of course he was unsuccessful, but there is nothing wrong with being an ambitious person, of wanting to build yourself up by yourself. What is wrong with that? That is an absolutely amazing perspective, and that is the only reason that he's here at number 5. That's why he was one of my favorite characters in Origins, because I love that. He has the best perspective in the game, in my opinion, when it comes to philosophy. He hits the nail right on he hits it right in the sweet spot for me, and that's really it. I mean, I've talked about it before, that's why he's here at number 5 for me. I really like Chen Gong's philosophy in Dynasty Warriors Origin.
You are a truly amazing warrior.
Sometimes I forget you are mere flesh and blood, brother.
Time for Chen Fei of Yan to make an appearance.
Now, number 4, we have Zhang Fei, who I believe was in my top 10 as well. The sentimental moments we have with this character, the character arc of him as well, was just really fun to watch and play through. Of course, you had the parallel of starting, the whole game. Everybody picks up the game for the first time, whenever you did, whether you did it early or not, but you start learning to play the game with Zhang Fei. You have that moment with him. And then, of course, if you choose Cao Cao, you go down to the Huarong Path. This is the last battle, and you have that last moment with him. It's a nice, beautiful parallel that encompasses a great character and a great character arc for this game.
This is just like the first time we met.
Of course, when you first join Cao Cao and everything, and then he's got things to say to you, you can sense the emotional betrayal, I guess you could feel from him. Because like people like that, or a character like Zhang Fei won't show his emotions to somebody, especially if they felt like they've been betrayed. So instead of saying how much this hurts him, he just says, no words are needed, let's just fight. But the Battle of Huarong Path, that one duel where he really gets to talk to you, is one of sentimentality because he is a little emotional. We don't get to see Zhang Fei like that. We get to see bits and pieces of his insecurities, feeling like he is the third out of the 3 brothers and he has some insecurities around that, and we get a little closer and everything. But just having that moment was really, really cool to see because it's something that Zhang Fei is not built to be. He's not built to be an emotional person. He's not built to be an emotional character. So having that, for me, is what makes him underrated, along with the fact that I very highly underestimated his weapon style. It is a very strong style, the lance, due to my lack of understanding of how the utility worked earlier. That's why I had it so low in the weapons video that I made. But hey, we can't all be perfect, all right? Moving on to number 3.
Oh, that's it. Show us how it's done.
Looks like things are getting dicey here. Quickly, let's turn the tide together.
I Sun Quan shall take you on.
Sun Quan coming in at number 3 for me. I liked him. I think he's very underrated because I don't think he stands out, but I like the character. I think the way they displayed him, just the character cohesion and compatibility of him in Dynasty Warriors Origins was really well done. He looks great. He looks like who he's supposed to be, and he fits with everything that he says. He starts off as a supportive person just there to help, grows into the person that's there to support his brother and father up until they pass away. And then when he takes up the reins, he has no idea what he's doing. He's letting other people run the show. He's just having to prove and gain the confidence of the people that follow him, and then eventually deciding to create a region or a world, whatever that vision is for him. He decides to create that on his own vision. He decides to pull away from his father and brother, realizing that he's not them, and doing the best he can with the kingdom that he inherited moving forward, which is a great perspective. I really like Sun Quan in Dynasty Warriors Origin. I think he's super underrated. He should have been in my top 10 now that I think about it. I think he might have been an honorable mention. I don't remember. But yeah, I think Sun Quan in the game was just something about him that was done really well. Something that was a little different. Because he looks younger here, and everything just fits. He's that young guy who's supposed to be doing everything correctly. He doesn't know what to do, and then he just figures it out and decides, he makes a decision on his own to create the world that he wants to create. I guess in some of the earlier games, it was harder to follow that because he looked so much older that he already looked like the leader he was supposed to be, versus here he's kind of growing into that, which I don't know, I just love that. And I hope in Origins 2 or if they do decide to do a sequel, they age him up to look like the part, because in the previous games he already looked like he was a leader, but in this game he looks like a little kid. He looks like he's just the guy that's, yeah, I'm here to support, and then he gets thrusted into power. Like, I like the character in Dynasty Warriors Origins, and that's why he's here number 3 for me.
Wow, now that was some terrific fight.
He's a brazen and cunning man with the manners of a beast.
You stand before Dong Zhuo. You'd best be ready to fight for your life.
Alright, Dong Zhuo coming in at number 2 for me because I didn't even think about him for the best characters. He should be in one of the best. He's one of the best, most refined characters in Dynasty Warriors Origins. His revamp is great. He's not the hideous, obvious villain he's supposed to be. Dude's got some aura on him. Dude's got some swag. He goes out like a champ. Instead of crying about paradise, women, and wine, dude just smugs and is like, I understand. Dude is all full of confidence getting his head chopped off. How can you not respect that, right? And then his Bond scenes, I don't mind it. I think it's a very interesting philosophy. It's a very, almost you understand him in a way. It's not so blunt. It has these hints of philosophy in them, like, you know, he just deems the weaker people to be crushed. Get out the way, don't be in my way kind of thing, versus the tyrannical killing and all that stuff, which I think he has pieces of in this game for sure. But there's a good balance here. There's good pieces of this character that was put into the game. Of course, the twin axes given to him wasn't the best option, but besides his weapon style, the character overall I think was built really, really well. And you can see these different layers to him as a character versus just being the nasty, greedy, fat guy that he was in the previous games. He's got that charisma, he's got the looks of a leader, and I can see why people would follow him. I can understand it. And for me, Dong Zhuo 100% is one of the most underrated characters in the game. And with that being said, we're going to talk about number 1.
I suppose I should thank you for coming to my aid.
You never forgot about me. Behold Huang Gai's indomitable spirit!
The reason I put Huang Gai at number 1 is because he's not an MC. This guy is not a main character. But in my opinion, for the Wu story, he's the main character. Huang Gai steals the show when it comes to Dynasty Warriors Origins for the Wu story. I just think he's involved so well. He's there for Sun Jian's death. He has that weird moment where the Mirage, you know, talks to him and everything. He has that moment with the, I think it's the Shan Yue, and kind of disagreeing with Sun Quan, or was it Sun Ce, and like the subjugation of them. He was trying to do it more peacefully.
During the reign of Lord Sun Ce, I was tasked with negotiating with the Shan Yue. I spoke with them directly, and we even drank together as friends. Lord Sun Quan, if you tried to get to know them better, you would understand. The Shan Yue are just like the people of Wu at heart.
Huang Gai had his own little side arc during the whole time, in a way. Like, he had this whole different viewpoint and the way things should be. You know, the Mirage pulling on the fact that, hey, what would you do if you were the leader? You would do things differently, wouldn't you? You know, things like that, that's just interesting. There's a whole different layer and side quest that could be explored with him, and I love that about Huang Gai. The gauntlets are a fun style, he's a great companion, you know, the power bomb is really fun. He looks great in the game as well, and then he's part of one of the most iconic scenes in the game. I mean, he looks absolutely great and fantastic. I love the commitment to the betrayal. I mean, at some point, there were moments during the origin I was like, because I mean, we all know the story, but I was like, damn, okay, Huang Gai is really committing to this betrayal thing, and he was saying some things that were like, wow, okay. For me, Huang Gai is the most underrated character in Origins. It's not even anything to do with really his weapon style. It's really just how he was presented from a story aspect. He just seemed to be the main character. He was the only one that also knew about Sun Jian and Sun Ce still being alive. This guy's got his own, like, he's the main character as Cao Cao is to the Wei story. Like, that's how strong it is. Obviously, with Wu going through so many changes with their leaders, it's hard to pinpoint who the, you know, MC leader guy is. It is Sun Quan eventually. But for me, Huang Gai was just so involved since the beginning of the Wu story, even before that, because, you know, he asked you to come help, like, subjugate some area before you even join them. Huang Gai is the man. He is the #1 underrated character for me in Dynasty Warriors Origins. That's just how I feel. Of course, this list is subjective, so if you guys disagree with me, let me know down below. Which characters do you think are underrated? This is just my personal top 10. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.